Hello and welcome back to the Science of Mass Effect Andromeda, where we've just received our snazzy new spaceship to go exploring around the Helios cluster with. So this episode I'm going to have an explorer, meet all our crew, walk around the spaceship, and perhaps after that we might even head out into space. But we'll see how long it takes. And knowing myself and how these previous episodes went, I'm guessing we won't be going into space this episode yet, but you never know. So wait for the loading screen. You can admire the nice rendering of our conference center. No chairs. I wonder if that's a trick to encourage shorter meetings, making everybody stand up. That we do have these kind of sofas to sit here and relax. Andromeda initiative, just in case we forgot.
We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here.
Cool.
Some serious kit over here. Seems like we're forever racing, but there's always time to check out new toys. Useful ones.
Always game for new toys.
This makes use of old ones. Like anything you grabbed on Habitat 7. Raw minerals, tech, doesn't matter. The research station will strip that stuff down and give you options.
We're on our own, for everybody else. That's what Pathfinder means now.
Yeah, well, everybody should be so lucky. This tech is aces. If the best we get is what we make, still the best. Check it out.
The terminal. So you can do research to unlock new blueprints. Augments by spending research data. Oops. Research card gives different research data. Milky Way, Helios, and remnants. Remnants right away yet, okay. Research blueprints, augmentation, space research. That's a lot of stuff. We can research stuff that is built by Nexus XLs. Interesting. Lots of stuff we can research. Rieger. I wonder if it's named the car. Okay. We don't have enough research data for that. Right, okay. And development, we can craft stuff. Craft stuff. Yes, interesting thing is, we actually don't need very much different types of stuff, right? So according to this, we need Omnigel, iron, cadmium, and ESO to build this rifle. So in real life, materials contain way more types of ingredients, right? Because iron and cadmium are elements, but like if I look just around you, almost anything that's made of metal is not made of pure metal, but an alloy, which means we've added various other elements to the the main metal, let's say, to improve its properties. So in real life, if you look just about anything around you and you look at the number of different elements in there, you probably get at least a dozen, probably even 2 or 3 dozen. You could say here that it's kind of hidden away in this Omnigel, right? Omnigel contains all kinds of stuff in trace amounts. And of course, they want a simple crafting system with not too many, they say, currencies to collect. But yeah, in real life, stuff is made up of many more different ingredients. And that's also what would make space colonization much harder, right? On Earth, we basically need to, get raw materials from different continents to make lots of things, right? So like cars and that, or your smartphone, right? The raw materials for your smartphone probably come from 3 or 4 different continents. And so if we go to a different planet and we want to live there and not rely on shipments from Earth, basically we're also going to have to spread ourselves over a similar surface area of the planet there to get all the raw materials we would need, at least if we want to keep the same level of technology going. Unless we get way better at recycling and making long-lasting technology than we are now. Just craft that. Ooh, I can rename it, that's cool. So development to craft equipment and then with upgrades and blueprints researched and materials gathered. Okay. So if we're actually crafting them, it's more than just development, right? It's also kind of manufacturing, I suppose. Okay. Okay, we found all kinds of stuff, it's nice. Research center with strike team missions. It's completed, hooray! Resolving mission, please wait. So this is completed. Weird.
Hey.
Okay, oh, never mind. So, tech lab.
Our tech lab is an engineer's dream. It's perfect for any delicate technical work.
Okay, I'll believe that then. So, fancy high-tech looking. I was connected to Mass Effect server earlier. Just a moment. I guess that's why the strike team mission wasn't working out. Okay, various stuff we can do here. Glove box. Sure. Guess if we're working with toxic components or chemicals. Various mysterious looking, futuristic tech apparatus that we can't really identify what it's supposed to be.
Hey.
Do. Stroll.
Hey. Hey.
Scan, no. Buy, sell, kiosk. Not useful. We have junk. Buy stuff. Good. Consumables can buy. Yeah, I've got all these weapon mods. I need to see where I can put them on my weapons. Okay, we have a biolab.
That's the
Important.
biolab. We can grow plants for food and oxygen, keep any specimen safe.
Why though do we have a plant in our biolab? That seems like a risk for contaminating specimens we want to study. Again, very poorly lit. Not sure where we would be keeping the specimens or what we would be doing with the specimens in here. Right, I don't see any kind of equipment. Sorry, I would recognize from a present day biolab. Wait, could just handwave that, of course, for saying, well, it's future technology, but is kind of odd. Okay. Once again, oodles of wasted space, huge spotlight there, which seems to be mainly for dramatic effects. Okay, ladder, we can go down.
We're almost out there. Finally. Hello. I've just got to finish this download from the Nexus. We'll be ready for launch.
Good. To here. Good old drive core.
Hi there. Can we talk and stuff later? I've got some last minute adjustments.
Sure.
She'll be ready to go when you are.
Odyssey, drive core. Ithaca variation. Haha. Well played. Ithaca being the home of Odysseus, who's king of Ithaca, and therefore the destination of his Odyssey. Survey ship Tempest. So basically there's only one crew member here looking after the drive core, as best as possible with advanced automation and AI techniques in that. Yeah, it doesn't wonder, the crew kind of seems very small. So back here we've got kind of a relaxation area, sit back, watch some vids. Quite sure what else is this, kind of storage base, okay. All these boxes just left around. I hope that, if artificial gravity conks out again, that could be quite hazardous actually. You should tie those down. At least before we leave. Well, actually all the time, because we are not on the planet at the moment. Okay, just guns casually lying around. All this lighting seems to be mainly for dramatic effects rather than ergonomics.
Securing cargo and checking everything made it on board. The bridge report's ready.
Oh, go check out the bridge in a bit. So, it's gonna... Oh, it's not a mirror. It's just the loading ramp. Guess.
Ryder. Finalizing orders, flight plan, command access. Ready when you are.
Med bay. Very good. Useful.
Excuse me. I need to make sure we have everyone's medical files from the Nexus. Come by after
Okay.
launch, and we can catch up properly.
Sure. You don't need an Man, a few hundred years, you're junior to tell you you're ready for this. I'll do it anyway, because you know it's true. You keep your rider safe and I'll do the same with mine. That's nice, very kind of a scan going on there. Highlighting, so it's the skeleton, the brain and the lungs. That's interesting. Now, yeah, also not really, yeah, might be lungs. Look a bit big, but... Respec station, okay. So we can respec people, very good.
Most of the crew bunks in here. Cozy, huh? But your room's got more of a view.
Yeah, this room's got no view. So, equipment. So, bunks, presumably there's some kind of curtain or something that the crew can use. So you've got 4 bunks. Vetra, Cora, Liam, Lexi. So, where does our engineer sleep? And Suvi. So I'm already counting 6 people and only 4 bunks. Guessing they're on a hot bunking system, right? I mean, on Earth submarines do that because you can need fewer bunks. Hot bunking, in case you didn't know, is that you share your bunk with other people. So you're on duty while they're sleeping. Anyone to help move a couch? Right now, I'll keep you on my list, especially about to drop the weights. Pay you back in beer with everyone's fine. Liam. Serious? Sui can have a joke about comfortable seating. Congratulations, Pathfinder right? On successful installation of your Infoboard version 3.4. Now ready to keep yourself and your staff informed of the latest developments aboard the Tempest. If you're in such close quarters, why would you do things via Infoboard rather than just talking to people? Seems a bit passive aggressive. But yeah, on submarines, people hot bunk. It's a thing, right? Because you need fewer bunks. And that saves space, but here it makes less sense because with hot bunking the idea is, you know, one person is on duty and then the other one sleeps. But here, looking at the crew we have, basically everyone needs to be on duty at the same time and therefore have off time at the same time, right? Because we only have one engineer guy. I know Suvi does the flying, we'll come to later. We only have one pilot. We only have one doctor. So hot bunking would not make so much sense. Okay. Space toilets. See, and then you've this massive area for the toilets. Okay, it's not massive, but kind of large. And all that wasted space in the bay there. And then they don't, you know, give the crew almost zero room. So you have 2 showers kind of next to each other. So, I mean, it's already a lot for how many people we have. And obviously, you know, we don't care about the privacy that much in this universe. Which, yeah, possible. So in here, I've got kind of a kitchen area with a stove, but no oven by looks of it, or maybe that's an oven. And, you know, salt travel just casually lying around. Getting kind of poorly lit. And then here we have
These are the Pathfinder's quarters. Your quarters. Sam's router is down there too.
And then we have this massive room all to ourselves. And now maybe this is also a cultural thing because I'm Dutch, and we kind of don't like huge class distinctions, right? But this points to kind of a very classist society. So it's a bit unclear who the Tempest was intended for. Was it always intended to be the Pathfinder ship, or was it just a survey ship? Because then this is even weirder. But this case, this is the captain's quarters, right? So we kind of have a small team of highly trained specialists, right? So you'd say they're quite advanced. A doctor, an engineer who's able to understand the workings of Mass Effect and quantum mechanics and drive cores and whatnot. They're all stuck here with this tiny little bunk. The only privacy they have is that they can, close the curtain on their bunk. They have to hot bunk because there are not enough bunks to go around. And then the Pathfinder gets all of this, which is a gigantic waste of space. You've got fancy floor finishing, so you get this huge desk to work at. We get our own sofa and reading area. We get this kind of viewport, because that's about all it is. This massive open area here where it's just a waste of space. A huge 2-person bed. Who exactly am I bringing along with me to this 2-person bed? One wonders. Some music. Fancy designer floors, fancy designer lights. Like I said, I'm Dutch, and we don't like large class distinctions, at least not visible ones. Why say we? I mean, it's the cultural stereotype, let's say. Our Prime Minister is always proud of successive Prime Ministers, proud of the fact that they cycle to work. Right, which is not something you would catch happening in other cultures that quickly. So maybe this makes more of an impression on me, but yeah, it points to a very classist society. Also, if you look at our father's quarters on Hyperion, right, this huge area all to himself. If you want a kind of more egalitarian, democratic society, or that's what you want to build in Andromeda, then you would expect it to be more balanced in how much room everyone gets, right? Expect the Pathfinder's quarters to be a bit smaller and the rest of his team to be a bit larger, especially since the rest of the team are also highly trained specialists. Now especially I'm only the Pathfinder basically by means of birth, because Dad said, hey son, you're going to be Pathfinder now because I'm dead. It's not exactly meritocratic that I earned this. I think I'll stay with sword sleeves. Customize colors. Let's play with that. Uh, 0466 503. Oops. Actually, this also kind of looks good. Okay, not what I was going for, but I'll keep it. It's all the tints. Okay, I'll play around with that off camera. Because you don't want to see me spend hours looking at colors. Alright, so at least I don't get my own personal bathroom. I have to go in here. Okay, there's a ladder which takes us up here. Again, kind of a waste of space making it like this. If you had a separate floor in here, you could have all kinds of storage or stuff along the walls. It's really hard to get to those conduits there if you need to fix them. So, like I said again, aesthetically cool.
You have new email.
Hey.
Stuff, but kind of impractical from engineering standpoint. Also, health and safety wise, this walkway is really bad. Should have a railing. Especially if you might be in combat, way too easy to get knocked off that. SpaceX rocket model. Cool. Special delivery cache. Got cool stuff, including hoodie. No, bank jobs, not known yet. Email terminal. Hi Jack. Pathfinder's marvelous to meet you, fellow treasure in the sciences, job as an experiment, interesting chapter in Nexus, young Jack, what humans sometimes call a space monkey. Part of a study in how various species adapt to shipboard life, you're hoping you might take him aboard the Tempest. Why would you not conduct that before leaving these kind of studies? Pick him up from Nexus Commons whenever you like. He's quite friendly and his routine very simple. No food after 23:59, no baths or showers. Please limit his exposure to solar radiation. In other words, he's a gremlin, for people who've seen that movie. Creative Hello Prawns, finder, freelance vidmaker, and could really use your help with my latest project. It's going to be historic, I hope, just like your mission. Can we meet on the Nexus for a chat? I can explain better in person. Sure, it sounds cool. Also, but interesting, you know, when you're starting out founding a new colony, you're really going to need everyone to kind of help build up your colony, right? That's going to be the main focus when you arrive in Andromeda. So you'd expect people to have skills tailored to that. And if you take along vid makers, I can see, yeah, you might want to make, you know, informative or propaganda videos to keep everybody's morale up and such. But why would you have a freelance vid maker, right? You could have somebody who does other tasks and enjoys making vids in their spare time. I can see that you have officially designated vid makers. I can understand and see, but why would you have a freelance vid maker?
Verifying my connection from Hyperion to the Tempest. The Nexus confirms we're free to depart.
So,
the Nexus confirms we're free to depart.
Very good. So, yeah, the vid makers I can see, freelance, you know, do you have an economy here that can already support freelance vid making, right? That people just randomly decide to give you money to make vids. Why do we have a capitalist economy running at this stage at all? Very pretty.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Ah, time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Kalojath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
I'll do my best.
Plenty of dangers out there, but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
So how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
So, this is whole. It was optimized for Pathfinder. Makes no sense, really, from a scientific point of view. I mean, why do I need a neural implant if the nav systems are doing all the calculation, right? Why do I need a neural link? You know, why can't Cora or Kalo or whoever, you know, just swipe and choose a destination, right? There's nothing special about me that I need to be the one to pilot the ship at all, right? It does make sense if you go back to the idea of a hero's journey, right? Where the chosen hero gets special tools like a magic sword or a dragon companion, I don't know, to help him go out and face the evil, right? So if we see the Tempest as our magic sword that only we can pull from the stone, then it makes a lot of sense narratively. But from a science and engineering viewpoint, no. Phase option, I don't know, that's a more logical choice than crossing galaxies big too. But yeah, there's a lot riding. Let's remind people that people are counting on us.
I guess we have to be.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
We've got this. Keep you home. Nexus is best hope.
I never planned to be Pathfinder. I don't know what's out there. But we're the Milky Way's best and brightest. We can do this.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, Ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
Very Christian greeting.
To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1?
2 failed outposts put an end to that idea.
Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
Callow? I mean, I thought I was just swiping and thingy. Also, anyway, I think this is a good place to leave this video, as we're just about to set out into the Helios cluster. And I'll be back to you next time, and I hope you will be there as well. So long and goodbye.